All right, let's get into the running game, guys. And I want to start with Pierre Strong because, as you guys know, I was talking all last week. I want to see Pierre Strong. I want to see Pierre Strong. It was a three-headed backfield with Kareem Hunt getting the most carries. We'll get to Kareem Hunt, his comments after the game. But, guys, I was very impressed with what Pierre Strong did. He averaged over 4 yards a carry in his 10 carries, and then he had that nice catch and run for 40 yards. All total, I believe he had 11 touches for 82 yards.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
11 touches, 82 yards, 10 carries, 41, and one.
That's a bad job out of me. I didn't have his 41 yards receiving on there.
Yeah, the 41 yards
The long screen pass, right?
Yeah. And that was all him.
Yeah.
I mean, he made some nice – I think they got a little something with this guy. I'm not saying he's a superstar, Jason or Earl, but I think they got a little something with this guy. I want to see more of him.
I like him. I like him. I like actually the room as a whole. You know what I mean? I like Pierre Strong. I think he runs hard. I think he's fast. I think he's a dude that can catch the ball out the backfield. He's somebody that can run between the tackles, and he got enough speed to get outside. You know, he was drafted in the same draft class as Jerome Ford. He was drafted higher than Jerome Ford.
That's right.
So that should say a lot about him. But as a collective unit, Ford, Hunt, and Strong, I think they've done a pretty damn good job of keeping this running game from sinking, you know, in the absence of Nick Chubb. And I would love to see more Strong going forward. And I think when you get opportunities like that, and then you go out there and you prove yourself like that, you're only earning more reps.
Yeah.
I expect to see more reps from him in the Arizona Cardinals game.
Jason, earlier you wanted the Browns to trade for a running back. Do you feel that way now?
I mean, if we have to pick, I'd take a quarterback over running back.
Right.
You know, again, they have limited assets in terms of what they can really do here.
Yeah.
I think we're seeing how the rest of the world lives, right? Like, we lost the trust fund in Nick Chubb.
Right.
And you're no longer living in the high rent district. Now you're scraping to pay your bills every month now, and this is how a lot of the teams do it, where, you know, Jerome Ford gets a few carries, Pierre Strong, they hit him with Kareem Hunt on 3rd and 1.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to do enough to keep their head above the water, and that's probably how it's going to be the rest of the year. I would, you know, we were talking about the trade scenarios earlier. I love the Saquon Barkley idea that Mike came up with. But they have more press.
He ran it like 40 times yesterday.
Well, they're going to run the wheels off him. They're showcasing him.
Yeah, but if you can get Barkley, he's a game changer.
He's a game changer.
Yeah.
Especially on an offense that needs playmakers right now, right?
Yeah.
Like, this offense is desperate for playmakers.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to get a guy like that, like I had at one point we were talking Zach Moss, but the Colts, they're playing decent football.
They're not going to trade him.
And like I had mentioned Samaje Perine. He's just another piece back.
Right.
I don't think you need a guy like that.
Right.
If you're not going to get a guy like Barkley,
right,
and then I don't see the point of getting a running back.
I totally
these
agree.
Three guys as a trio are doing well enough.
It's like a platoon in baseball. You got the right-handed guy, you got the left-handed guy. You're just doing enough to get by.
Yeah. I think they all complement each other, right? I think Kareem Hunt is the bruiser. I think he's the dude who runs hard, physical downhill, and I think he does enough to kind of like, you know, wear down the opposing defensive line.
Yeah.
And then you bring those two change of pace guys in who can run inside and outside. And I think they all complement each other well. I think they've done a good job of not letting the rushing attack kind of like, you know.
No, they have not been. I remember when Nick Chubb first got hurt, we all, you know, everybody thought they'd be one-dimensional. They have not been one-dimensional.
Me and you was in the group chat like, go get Jonathan Taylor right now.
Right. Jason said it later.
I said too.
But what did you think of Pierre Strong? Because I really liked what I saw.
I want to see more.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to declare him as the answer.
Certainly not.
But there's enough there to say, all right, let's give him some more carries
Yeah.
to see. And when you talk about the success of the run game, you know, you've got two guards that are pretty good run blocking guards. And DeJuan Jones is a little leaky at tackle on the run. He's much better as a pass protector than he is against the run. But right up the middle, you know, between the center and two guards, you got some pretty good run blockers there. So, you know, it makes sense that they could keep this thing going and keep it afloat. And they have. I
know he's had some big plays. I actually like Ford the least of the three guys right now. I think Hunt has his role as the short down back. I think he's good in that role.
Yeah. I've been disappointed with Jerome Ford.
Yeah.
I thought there would be more there than what we've seen. We've seen a little bit of a home run ability. He's broken off a couple of long runs, but outside of that, he looks like just a guy.
It's the lack of consistency. He has the home run ability.
Yeah.
He already has, 2 touchdowns over 40 yards this season. I think he got 3 or 4 plays that's over 50 yards this season. But outside of that, he hasn't had that consistent pace of, you know, this has been a consistent game. His numbers look good due to 1 or 2 big plays per game, but we've yet to see him be consistent for 4 quarters throughout.
for all the talk of trading for a running back, trading for a wide receiver, I know Mike's going to heard some rumor about trading for a defensive lineman, which, you know, I mean, if they want to do that, I'm not going to criticize the Browns for adding anybody.
Right.
But I don't see any kind of need at defensive line. But obviously the biggest need's at quarterback. Now, one other thing on the running back situation, Kareem Hunt's played fine considering he's played okay. I didn't like his comments, Jason. Do we have that tweet?
We do. Give me 1 second.
I didn't like these comments by Kareem Hunt.
There's video of it too. I don't know if we're allowed to
I'd like
play
to hear
it or
the
not.
video. I don't know that he meant it.
No, the video is pretty much exactly how the quote looks.
Oh, okay. Kareem Hunt, this is from Jake Trotter, not getting the chance to run the ball on the 3rd and 3 late. Quote, I didn't get a chance the whole 4th quarter, so it's cool. I don't know. I just go and play my role. I feel like I could have helped win.
His final touch came with 3 minutes and 36 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
I got a huge beef with this. Kareem Hunt, no offense, dude. You've been a nice NFL player. You're just a guy right now.
Yeah.
Who the hell is he at this point? He's just a guy.
I thought he was being transparent.
Yeah.
To be totally honest with you,
I hear what you're saying, and I tend to agree with it, but I also see his side of it of like, man, give me a chance to help you, because he didn't play the 4th quarter against the Colts either until the goal line
But
run.
the other guys, Strong was doing a nice job.
Yeah.
I just like that, a quote like that. Yes, he's being honest.
You were on the street 2 months ago.
So you said because he was on the street, he should just shut up and just not say nothing at all?
When you say something like that, you knock your coach and you denigrate the other running backs.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that you're denigrating your,
and it's not good for the team.
And I wasn't in the locker room. I was not on the trip. I was not in Seattle. But I know those guys well enough to know. I'm sure there's a lot of frustrated guys saying, man, run the ball. Why aren't we running the ball? Let's go.
Pretty sure your boy White was like,
we talked about Wyatt last week.
What's the benefit to the team of his comment?
None.
Because there's negatives.
Yeah. But I think Earl's right. I think it was just frustration in the moment. It's frustration of he wasn't on the field for the 4th quarter against Indy until the last play. Wasn't on the 4th quarter at all yesterday. And I'm sure he feels like these guys are competitors. I'm sure he feels like I've got more to give.
Right.
For sure.
I respect him keeping it real. I respect the transparency, but I also understand that you got to take what comes with whatever you do, right? And with that creates another notion of drama surrounding the Cleveland Browns.
Right.
I seen that and I tweeted out, I said, coming up next on the next episode of the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, right.
Because it seems like every week this season it's been something. I've even made the joke, the Browns shouldn't be playing on Fox, NBC, or CBS. They need to be playing on VH1 because it seems like a reality TV show.
Bravo.
Yeah. Seriously. Like, that's what it seems like.
The Real Housewives of Berea. The Real House Husbands of Berea. I don't know. Anyway, it's like Nick Chubb would never make a statement like that.
No. Probably
Never.
Not. Probably not.
And yes, okay, he's honest, fine. And honestly,
I'm not gonna knock a guy for being honest.
I know
I'm never gonna knock a guy for being honest.
I am torn about that, but it's not a positive for the team for him to say that.
I mean,
not at all.
Not for the team, but like I said, I respect somebody for being fully transparent and keeping it real. Like,
listen, I'm not killing him, but I just don't like
what is he supposed to do? Go out there and lie, be fake? Like, people don't know what they want.
Everybody, most players and most coaches are fake.
Yeah, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't.
That's true.
So,
yeah,
that's true. Fair enough. All right, Mikey, go ahead.
I got a couple. So the week isn't officially over, so a lot of the advanced analytics don't get updated until the week is completely complete.
Yeah.
So they have it all online.
Sure.
So nothing's necessarily up to date. They're essentially middle of the pack in anything in terms of success rate, in terms of expected points per average over. But the one kind of interesting thing I did find, and this is updated because PFF updates it on a game-by-game basis. It's not an advanced analytic by any means, but there are specific areas of the line they're just way more effective running at and behind than they are at others. So through all the games now, so through 7 games, they are at their best running behind Jed Wills and behind Wyatt Teller. And other than that, they are bottom of the barrel running behind Jed Wills, running right up the middle under center, running to the right tackle. We're talking a 5.4 yards per carry
You said
average.
Jed Wills, they were good.
Dwan Jones, sorry, excuse me. They're good behind Jed Wills.
So they're good really on the right side, running the ball.
Wait, say it again?
They're good behind Jed Wills,
Yeah.
who's the left tackle.
Yeah.
And they're good behind Wyatt Teller, who's the right guard.
Okay.
Anywhere else, it drops significantly.
That's
so
surprising.
On 47 carries to either the inside or the outside of Jed Wills, they're averaging 5.4 yards per carry on 47 carries. Behind Wyatt Teller, so either to his left or his right, they're averaging 8.1 yards per carry. A little bit inflated by the long touchdown run last week by Jerome Ford.
Yeah.
But still, 23 carries, 187 yards. There is not another position on the offensive line where they're averaging more than 4 yards per carry.
I thought they'd be better at center.
That's tricky. I don't know if I love that stat. It's a little
I'm just
tricky,
giving
but
you what I
yeah.
could find updated. So that was on
I
the
think
fly.
the bottom line for the Browns running game is they're middle of the road. And considering where we thought they'd be when Nick Chubb got hurt, that's not bad.
I'll take middle of the road.
I'll take
Middle
it
of the
too.
road is acceptable.
Yeah.
I'll take it too.
You know,
I heard him on the broadcast talking about how they haven't missed a beat and they're still like this elite running team. And
yeah,
I'm like,
no.
have I been watching the same games? Like,
By the way, Adam Amin, who did the play-by-play, is
Yeah.
one of the best play-by-play guys
He's
out
excellent.
there.
He's
He
excellent.
is absolutely excellent. But at one point he said, I imagined every Browns fan watching the game losing their mind when he said it. At one point he goes, and Donovan Peoples-Jones is back to return the punt. He's a dangerous return man. And I pictured everybody, especially like Jay and G, losing their minds on that.
What'd you think of Elijah
But Adam
Moore?
Amin is great.
what do you think of Elijah Moore returning punts?
He did fine.
Yeah.
He caught the ball.
Yeah.
And Bull, one more thing.
caught the
That's the
ball.
bar. That's the bar.
That's the ball right there. You got to at least catch it.
Yeah.
One more thing on the running game,
Yeah.
and this does play into what you're saying about they do have the second most rushing yards per game.
Yeah.
They average by far the most carries per game in the NFL. So they have 238 carries on the season. That's 6 in the NFL, but the other teams ahead of them have all played at least 8 games, and the 6 teams below them. So of the top 12, they're the only team in the top 12 with only 7 games
Right.
played. They average about 4.5 more carries than any other team in the league per game.
What are they at? What are the Browns average? I'd like to look up what the Browns are averaging yards per carry, just running backs. You don't have to look it up now, but I just think that would be
The
kind of.
Browns are averaging 34 carries per game, though, as a team. 34 carries per team. The next
Okay.
highest in the league is 31.5.
We're going to get to defense in just a minute, Mike, but I know a lot of fans are interested in what we have to say, or they have interest in making their comments, or what do you got? You got any feedback from the fans right now before we go to the defense here in a sec?